Hey, welcome back. So this is a continuation of the series using Shoehorn version 1.1. This is going to be, today we're going to be provisioning on Linode. Last time was on DigitalOcean. So today I'm going to barrel just straight through. It's not going to be like last time where I cover like every single little feature. So today is going to be straight meat and potatoes. So we'll go Debian, choose Dallas. You'll notice the process is going to be a little bit different than how we did it last time. We did some RAM tricks last time. I actually really like the way that Linode lets us do things with drives. Like Linode gives you granular access. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to turn on private IP, but that is an option that you could use if you wanted to have like multiple instances all communicating to each other. And so it would be same thing as what I had discussed in the prior video about how you would have like virtual IPs, you'd have multiple IPs on the single NIC network interface card. So I will go create. Oh, okay. It's going to make me create a password. I'm not going to pay attention to the password that's generated since I'm not going to use it. It'll provision, and while I'm waiting for it to provision and boot, I will fast forward this video. Okay, so it's running. Let's check out consoles. We actually get two interfaces. We get something that's called Weblish and another that's called Glish. So that's on the Weblish side. Glish gives you kind of a little bit of a lower level. You get to see like the BIOS. This is, oh, okay, cool. So it's already up. This is a little new. It used to be called, gosh, what did Linode call it? I think the old one was called Lish, and you just did it through SSH. And they had basically used kind of like a modified GNU screen to let you sit on top of virtual instances. So close out that. I will power this off. And when it powers off, I will start to knock down everything. And we're going to build this machine up from scratch. So like I said, Linode lets you really get more granular with how things are configured. So, okay. Now it's offline, so I will delete this configuration, just like I will delete storage. Okay, so we have the machine fully wiped. Oh, hello, why are you there? Okay, all right, so fully wiped, as I was saying. So I will go create empty disk, call this installer. Let's select raw, set it at 1000 megabytes. Then we're going to add another disk. We will call it system, call it raw. It's the remainder, 24,600 megabytes. For configuration, let's call it system. Should be able to leave it at para virtualization. Kernel, direct disk. Let's see. I'm just going to go for system as SDA. Root device as well. There we are, SDA. Turn all of these off. And so there we are. So we've got our system, run default level, direct disk, do not set limits, system is SDA. We're only going to use the installer in the very beginning. So yep, that's it. I will hit submit. Now I will go into rescue. I want the installer to be the first SDA. I'm going to set system to SDB. Really doesn't matter either way. Phoenix, which you see mention of on Shoehorn's Git repo when you scroll down right there. So that's what we're going to follow. Okay, it's going to reboot into Phoenix. I can actually do most, if not all of this stuff through the console. I do like the SSH angle. It's just kind of comfortable for me. So I'm going to grab this IP address. Oh, I just realized I actually have to turn on SSH. Okay, let's see, before I can even use it. So I will set the password with the Phoenix instructions. Okay, it's running. So let's just copy and paste. Okay, password. Let's stick to our theme, right? Baby Yoda. So say Baby Yoda 4567. Baby Yoda 4567. And then service SSH start. Okay. I'm going to, even though I could in theory do all of this from the console, I like the formatting better. I really like my terminal program iTerm too. So let's go use that. Baby Yoda 4567. Okay, we're in. Let's see. Just copy and paste this. Same as last time when I want to run several commands together. So use curly braces. While that's happening, I'm going to get ready for this. Okay. So I copied and pasted the instructions. So while this is setting up, on Phoenix, you will need to perform these steps before the general use steps above. Not everybody uses Phoenix. That's why I put Phoenix beneath it. Linode is the big one that uses Phoenix. Phoenix is a excellent recovery system, by the way. Again, it's Debian based, so that's why I started with these, and then I'm going back to the general usage right here. And let's see. Okay, it's going to take a second for all of this to install. It feels a little slower than DigitalOcean, so I'm going to speed this part of the video up as well. Okay, so Shoehorn is up. There are our disks. We've got SDA, the gig for install. We've got the system, SDB, 24 gig. Then we've got our RAM disk. So for SDA, I will choose that. I'm going to modify a table since it's just a raw disk. GPT is going to be my partition table format. Going to make a new partition, just maxed out, write, yes, quit. Then I will format. I'll go for ext4. Okay. Then let's see, what else is there? Mount, SDA. Okay, so we've got that mounted. It's going to be in /mnt/sda1. And then we go to virtualization. Oh, you know what? So I'm going to do a couple things here. I am going to make use of swap, which is a new feature here in Shoehorn version 1.1. But I am also going to do that after I load the ISO. So let's go. So we've got the machine sitting in Dallas. Let's go AMD 64 ISO. closest to Dallas will be the Austin host, copy, and then I'm going to go back. I will go virtualization, download. There's my URL. You'll see that it's a .gz right there. So we're going to gunzip it. There is what we're going to process with, gzip right there. SDA1, like I said, MNT, SDA1, and we'll say pfsense.iso. For mount device, I'm going to choose the 24 gig drive. I'm not going to start it yet because I want that swap file set up. So I'm going to go add /mnt SDA, whoops, SDA1, say swap file. Let's see, let's go all the way. So we've got, looks like we're going to have 182 megs. I will just use 180, just leave a tiny pinch available. So hit save. Okay, back. So I've got my swap, and now I'm going to go back to virtualization, and I will hit start. Looks like we've got, we could go more, so like 512 is the default. We could go all the way up to, let's see, what is that, 753? That's where we could go if I wanted, but let's go 512. Okay, VNC 5900. Again, we're going to bind to localhost. All right, so our virtual instance is started. I will start to pull up my VNC client. I will add the IP address. We did baby Yoda 4567. And there we are. So the rest of these steps are basically going to be the same that I did in the prior video. So you could actually turn the video off right now if you already saw the prior video. The setup process is the same in order to have a bit of consistency. And if this is the first time, the first video that somebody's seen, I will cover like the very basic setup. But yeah, everything from this point forward is the same as I did in my prior video with DigitalOcean, except this is with the Linode. So I'll hit accept, install. Same story as last time. I'm going to speed up a lot of this video because it is a little time consuming. So just do auto. Okay, there we are. Nope, not going to open any shells. Let's go shell, go shut down. I don't want to reboot. I just want to get everything shut down. All right, all buffers synced. Okay, so I will stop. Then I will eject the ISO. Going to keep the device mounted. Going to restart. 512 again. Okay, there we go. It's booting. Okay, no VLANs. VTNet 0 is going to be our interface. No LAN. Yes. Now, the cool thing, Linode gives some pretty good information. I had actually mentioned this in my prior video. Linode gives some pretty good information about Like you get all these DNS resolvers, you've got your gateway and subnet mask. So kind of similar story as this DigitalOcean. In the prior video, I just did not, if it was there, I didn't see it about DNS resolvers. That's the big piece that was missing. Also, the way that the gateways are done. This gateway is within the subnet, so you're going to see 255.255.255.0. So that's going to be a 24-bit count, and that's going to be what we use as soon as we get going. And at the menu, I will assign the interface address. And then after I assign the interface address, we're going to do the same thing as last time where we change the password. Right now, this instance is only available to ourselves inside of, we're sitting on top of this with a QEMU, so we're like emulating inside of emulating, nested emulation. So set interface IP address number 2, and I'll grab the IP address. Configure, no. Probably could, but we're not going to. Let's see. 24 is our bit count, subnet bit count. For the WAN, upstream gateway, right there. No, thank you. No, thank you. Do you want to enable the DHCP server on WAN? No, thank you. Do you want to revert to HTTP as the web configurator protocol? For now, yeah, sure. We're going to be sending this in plain text. I covered last time about like why plain text is a terrible idea, even though professional businesses do it a lot. Your little side-loaded operating system is going to be more secure than multi-million-dollar companies. So congratulations on having a better security. A lot of irony. A lot of irony. All right, so we've got interface IP address. Now let's go for the PHP shell. And let's go playback, change password. I had made the mistake of passing admin as an argument last time. That did not do a hill of beans, so lesson learned. Admin, say baby Yoda 4567. Baby Yoda 4567. And I will now halt the system. And let's see. Let's pull up our SSH. Okay, we're ready. Okay, system is fully shut down. Do you want to reconnect? No, thank you. We are done. So we can go back, it's just like last time, go to virtualization, and you'll see that since everything fully shut down, that's why you have the option to restart. Just eject device, back, maintenance, and I will go shut down system. Okay? And we will see in a moment, we're going to see this refresh and should say powered off. And while we're waiting for that, let's go to configurations. That configuration that I had built earlier, that's going to be the one that we're going to boot. Let me try to reload. Boot. And cool. Show's running. Okay. Now that's booting. Very good. When the menu pulls up, we should be able to see the firewall. Baby Yoda 4567. So last time I was a sport, went through the setup wizard. There was really nothing that we had changed other than the password. So here's how to skip it. You just skip by clicking on the top left corner. Since we had already done our setup, click through all that, and then check this out. So we have a running instance. This is a side-loaded operating system that we just put in place at Linode. Um, it was a little more friendly on the Linode side, just since we got a little more granular access, but nevertheless, we still used Shoehorn to sideload an operating system at Linode. We can already see everybody and their mother is trying to get into us. And so that is where we will, you would want to go through the same kind of process as last time on knocking out all of these rules. So this is to get you in, and then it's I guess like I mentioned last time, it's going to be an exercise left to the viewer. So all we're blocking is Bogon networks. No need to block RFC 1918 space in the event that you ever want to add private IP addresses on. And then after you secure everything is where you should turn off the anti-lockout rule. I covered that in the prior video about using dynamic DNS. So that way the administrative interface isn't just showing up. So like if you keep watching, you just see this traffic and you see state. So it's like, okay, well, people are banging on this and definitely don't want that. So that's where you would want to sit there and knock out of all of that. So that is that. Thank you all so much for tuning in.